Hello everyone, this tarot reading is for the collective and it's focusing on the question, what is your soul asking you to release? So before we move into the tarot, the animal oracle card that has come out is the bear, and it says use power with wisdom. It's supported by Archangel Uriel and Jophiel. Then for the tarot, we have the Ace of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Justice reversed, and the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Now, synchronistically, the Four of Wands and the Justice together give that 11-11 energy. A wake-up call, a portal moment, a realization that your thoughts are aligning with your reality. But 11-11 isn't just about manifestation in a light, fluffy way. It's about awareness. It's about seeing clearly. And when you see clearly, my darling, you can't unsee. Okay? We've also got two Fours. Two Fours can talk about stability, but they can also highlight when life has become too comfortable, too stagnant, or too safe. It can show that growth has slowed down because you've been holding on to something that once felt secure. Now, with the bear spirit, it's really important here. Whenever bear spirit or bear energy shows up, for me, more than anything, it's about retreat. It's about pulling back, hibernating, recharging. It's that horrible red flashing light, low battery feeling. And with the Four of Swords being here at the bottom of the deck, that completely confirms it for me that your soul is tired. Not weak, just drained, exhausted, okay? Oh yeah, and actually Bear also teaches us about power. Bears as well are solitary animals, extremely strong, but they do not waste their energy. They are most powerful when they are in the right environment. So this reading, my darling, is asking you, are you in the right environment? Are you happier, more energized, more yourself where you are, or who you're with? Or are you forcing yourself to stay somewhere or with someone that no longer feeds you? And if you're unsure about what needs to change, you can call upon Archangel Uriel for clarity and Archangel Jophiel for wisdom and perspective. And also there's a very strong solar plexus energy here, which is to do with confidence, self-trust, knowing your worth. So Bear Spirit is asking you to stop distracting yourself and spend some intentional time with yourself. That solitude, my darling, isn't loneliness. It's actually, it's recalibration for you, okay? Now with the tarot, with the Ace of Cups, it's a very beautiful energy. It's emotional renewal, cleansing, new feelings, a fresh slate. But in the release position, it doesn't mean release love. It means release emotional overflow that has nowhere healthy to land. It can represent holding on to an idea, the fantasy of how something could feel, the hope that if you pour in enough love or energy or emotion into something, it would naturally fill itself back up, okay? With the Four of Wands, this is the home, the family, community, celebration, commitment, security, okay? It's the energy of this should work. It's the image of stability paired with the Ace of Cups. It can show that you're emotional invested. That was not English again. It can show that you've emotionally invested in something you truly believe was solid, and something that you thought would last, okay? But then with the Justice being reversed, it kind of shifts the energy. Justice reversed speaks of imbalance, one-sided effort, a lack of accountability. It can represent staying in something because it looks right on paper, because you've already invested so much, because it once felt stable, even if deep down you know it's not been equal, okay? And it can also point to an internal dishonesty, not in a malicious way, but more in a way of self-protection, avoiding uncomfortable truths, avoiding the reality that something isn't fair. Justice reverse, my darling, is an uncomfortable energy to be in because it asks you to look at the scales honestly. Where have you been overgiving? Or to who have you been overgiving? Where have you accepted less than you deserve? Or where have you been too harsh on yourself, let's say? And sometimes this card can even relate to contracts, agreements, or situations that didn't go in your favour. But ultimately, it's about truth. And when you're willing to look at the situation fairly and take responsibility for your part and accept what it is, that, my darling, is when the scales will turn upright. And with the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck, my darling, your soul is saying, please rest. Release the need to make something fair that hasn't been. Release the need to emotionally carry something alone. Release the attachment to the image of stability. And release, my darling, the belief that if you love harder, you put more emotion or energy into something, it will balance itself. Your soul may be asking you to let go of overgiving in situations that are not reciprocated. To let go of the fantasy of what we could have been or what it could be. And gently accept what it actually is, okay? And there's also another layer here of releasing guilt, releasing self-blame, releasing the pressure to hold everything together. Justice reversed can sometimes show that being hard on yourself. It's kind of like the energy where you're being harder on yourself than anyone else has ever been, or anybody else was, okay? And with the Four of Swords, it says healing comes when you stop fighting internally, when you allow your mind to rest, when you let truth settle instead of trying to force an outcome. And this isn't about being cold or closed off, it's about emotional discernment. It's about using your power wisely, like the bear, conserving your energy, choosing these environments and connections that are aligned, not just familiar. My darling, your soul is really asking you to release imbalance so that something truly equal, truly nourishing can actually enter your life without you having to strain for it. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Have a good day. Bye bye.